Yes, guys. Welcome to ParaSim Tour of Duty. This operation will be called Operation Altis, right? And just in case people haven't seen the previous video, okay, I'll run through what we're actually doing or what I'm doing. Okay, so in these series of videos, right, I will be using Arma 3 Milsim. It's a dynamic campaign to recreate what my life was like at an operation serving in the British Airborne Forces as a paratrooper, right? In my 10 years that was spent on the unit, right? With roughly about 150 guys. Okay, so with that being on the lower end, we used to conduct a lot more specific task orientated stuff rather than out on the ground just doing random pointless stuff, in which we did used to do random pointless stuff, right? Cool. Now, with that being on the lower end of stuff, okay, most of our guys had to be qualified in multiple roles. Okay, like myself, I first started off as light machine gunner, then I went heavy machine gunner, then I went mortars, sniper. I was also signaler. So the radio, using the radios, comms, right? Battlefield medic, and I did eventually made it up the rank to a battlefield commander. I'm not going to say the rank specific, okay, but that's what I used to do. Okay, so that's what my world, right, in the forces. Now there's many lads went through pretty much the same sort of path as myself. Okay, you just find on my unit, small number, we just had to be qualified in multiple roles to fill multiple spaces, right? So throughout the gameplay, I'll try and re-roll into these different roles to give you guys an idea as to what it's really like out on operation. Okay, now we had JTACs, right? We work with we work with air ops, okay, so all the air people, so pilots and that. We work with them doing different specific type of task missions. So I'll try my best to try and recreate that battlefield space. Okay, so like I said, guys, my aim really is to provide a more realistic simulation of the battlefield in the real world, okay, which includes in-depth mission planning, preparation, and execution, right? I know this is not going to be too best suited to most viewers. I don't know, right? Let me know if this is something you guys are interested in, but it's not going to be a Call of Duty style type of gameplay where it's running, gunning. To be honest, that gets really boring very quick, especially for someone like myself with the background, with my background. It gets boring very quick. All right, guys. So there's one thing I need to add. Okay, so if you guys actually missed the base layout video, okay, go back and watch my initial video, right? So that will be episode number 1. The only thing I'll add is what we used to have, right? My unit anyway, we had access to our own mortar team, right, or mortar crew, or mortar pit. Okay, it was a 4-barrel. Okay, so we had a 4-barrel on call. But in Arma now, I will use these artillery to do that job. Okay, so that's what I'll add onto that one. Cool. Get out of the way. Right. Now I have no idea what bearing that was then. Okay. I think it says southeast. I think it says southeast. I don't know who said it. Right. But again, guys, like I said, in the real world, I mean, the base get attacked all the time.
There's an enemy. Rifleman. Half a click. Bearing 150.
Bearing 150. We're looking at down here. Okay. So it is southeast.
Hostile down.
Right. So yeah, guys, real world, the base get attacked all the time. Right. Now, what we would normally do once the base been attacked, right, we used to do something called like a clearance patrol. Right. That one it's not really any in-depth planning required for those ones. We work on QBOs, right, quick battle order. So it's like, right, guys, we need to get on the ground, sort this out, clear whatever enemy that could launch another attack on base. Right, we need to move out, right, try and push them away. Okay, just be a presence on the ground. So what we're going to do is do just that. Okay, so I'll create a form-up point right here. So it's going to be team green and team red, team green. Actually, let's team green lead the way. So team green form up right there, and team red will tag on the rear. Right, form up right there. Okay, so in the real world, guys, what we'd have stuff called spot number. Okay, so if I was to put some spot numbers in, okay, so this would be like yellow 1. Okay, so team red, team green. I'll need to jump in with team red. Okay, let's do a weapon check. Make sure we're good. I know everyone's all good to go. Right. Yep, all good. And I'm in this one. Okay, so we go yellow 1. Okay, make this yellow 2 just to give you guys an idea. Right, we're going to swing. Right, don't really want to go too far out. Okay, just more for clearing. Okay, so we'll swing. This side. Okay, so let's call this red. Okay, red 1. Okay, red 2. Okay, and then we basically RTB back in. Right, so I'll put this to be green. Okay, so RTB. Right, guys, so something like that. So when, like I said, this is a quick one. Just a quick move out, do this. Okay, but like I said, guys, real world, it will be like that. Okay, so obviously now that it's a quick on-plan event, right? And we're operating off QBOs.
8. Move 200 meters right. We'll go.
You have to report in where you are, right? You have to actually do that. Okay, so we'll get you guys to move out as well. Okay, let's move, go.
3. Move 100 meters right. On the way. Standing by.
Right, guys. So that's it, right? We're gonna push out now, right? So you basically get on the radio and you say, right, so with one section will be 10 something. Okay, so it would be like a hello 0, which is 0 is HQ. Okay, signal, hear that. The ops room, right? So it'd be hello 0, this is 10 alpha. Now moving out to yellow 1 out. Right, or you can give a quick schema maneuver. So hello 0 is 10 alpha, is call sign. Now moving out to yellow 1, right? Yellow 2, red 1, red 2, and RTB, right? Out. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, so they will have an idea. So where you going, what the intentions are. Okay, if anything change on the way, then everything change on the way. So what you're doing as a commander is brief the guys up now to say, right, okay guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move out yellow 1, yellow 2, right? 1, red 2, then come back in. So the guys are like, all right, cool, yep, that sounds good. Okay, now you didn't put some actions on in it as well. So we say, right, actions on enemy contact between yellow 1, yellow 2. Right, we'll look to basically move back the way we move out. Right, so we look to move back, return fire, right, and move back via yellow 1 back to base, right? Should we get contact by the enemy between yellow 1, yellow 2 and red 1, right, what we'll do is return fire, put your foot down, drive through, break contact, right, and then we'll look to move back to main base via red 2 and back in. Okay, so we're not looking to start a fight or anything, we're literally going out very light. As you can see, we're actually operating in soft skin vehicles, so we're definitely not looking to fight the enemy. Okay, now one quick one I'll add as well, guys. Enemy tanks also available in this op as well. Okay, so that's just how it is, right? Okay, so here you go, guys. Again, like I see, look at the map. I have no idea where the enemy locations are, right? They're hidden, so we will have to do what we need to do in order to find those enemy locations. So here we go. Enough talking now, right? Let's move out. So let's give you guys move out
Move
there.
400 meters southeast. We'll go.
You know what? I'll actually be the driver.
2, disembark. Roger. Ready.
Oh wow. Who's my driver? 3. Oh yeah, 3 is my driver. Sorry, my bad.
3, disembark.
Solid copy. Waiting.
Here we go.
Waiting.
3. Get
3,
in.
get in that vehicle.
Copy.
2, get in that vehicle.
Ready.
Roger.
Right. I want to be the driver just to speed certain things up. Okay. Let's go. Right, so again, contact, I'll get out, right, and I'll get 3 to be the driver. Right, okay, cool. So we can keep the convoy nice and tight. Otherwise, I promise you, these guys will literally drive into each other. Okay, cool. So we're going to push out to this point. Right, hold up there for about a minute.
Click east.
Roger.
Should be stopping soon. Right, I know at the minute, guys, we'll literally just drive right through, but I guarantee in the real world, right, this movement would take, this journey would take a long time, right, because we have to make sure, right, all the VPs are all checked, right, vulnerable points all covered, checked, and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so it's not just put your foot down and drive through just like that. We'd have to do all our checks. Right, so remember, actions on, do you mean enemy contact now? Right, we will be going back via yellow 1. Right, the RTB in via yellow 1. Okay, so we're just going to hold there right now and see if we actually see any enemy movements. Right, we'll leave the engine on just in case we can go straight off. Right, remember contact was really southeast. Okay, what the guys in air ops can do now really is request a UAV scan. Right, it's just eyes in the sky now. Just get some eyes in the sky to give you more of an aerial perspective of what's going on. Okay, and let's take on ops. We had like this we had like this tall camera thing in the sky, do you mean, that used to be able to see like a lot in terms of the AO, we used to be able to see like far out on the ground. So we'll use a UAV as something like that. Okay, yeah, we did have a UAV out on ops. And yes, those things really do work. If I remember correctly, the pilots were flying them from, they were like in Canada. I'm sure that's where they were. Right, in Canada, flying the UAV out in operation when it first got introduced. Right, it might have been introduced before, but when we first had any sort of dealings with UAV, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Right, that's RTB, looks like. Cool. Right, let's see if we got any hotspot picked up by the UAV. If not, what we'll do is we'll move out to, so now did mean like we'd actually report that we actually like holding at yellow 2. Okay, so report back to HQ. That's what we actually doing at the minute. Cool. So no hot spots, no red spots, so no enemy detected. What we're gonna do, right? We're gonna move north to red 1, right? Then red 2, and then back in. Okay. Cool. So here we go. So if you're gonna move off now, you get on the radio to HQ 0. Say right. Just say your intention. So hello 0 is 1 0. I don't know, Alpha. Alpha is a boss, really. Like the IC of the group, right? So I'll just say Alpha. Right, so hello 0 is 1 0 Alpha. This call sign now moving north to red 1. Right, or you can say this call sign now moving north to red 2 via red 1. Okay, so you can say that just so that you're not on the net all the time, just constantly talking, right? So that's what we're going to do, right? So we're going to move to red 2 via red 1, okay? So there you go, guys. Move out. Okay, move there.
Move 1 click, northeast. On the way.
Right, again, there are certain things, equipment in the vehicle that does certain stuff. I'm not going to say what they do, but they do stuff. So it's really important to maintain convoy discipline. I'm not going to break it down, but it's really important to maintain convoy discipline. So as drivers and commanders, we have to make sure, like, that's all.
Soldier, 700 meters, northeast. Waiting.
Northeast, right, seen. Contact with informant. Okay. Right. What's that? Where is that? On this side? Right, cool. What we're gonna do is, okay, we need over this side to be secured and cleared. And we'll go check that informant out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these guys to hold. Let's see the distance, right? Because now we're actually breaking up the convoy. Right, so we can sort this out. Okay, so that now you would actually report that back into 0. So it'd be hello 0 to 1 0 Alpha. Stand by for shot report, right? Or so you be report that in. Okay, you don't after contact break, right? So imagine now that was contact win contact. So you say hello 0, contact way out, right? Contact way out. Okay, cool. Everyone else can do whatever they're doing. And then at that point now, you then get back on the radio after the contact's over, right? And give some sort of, not really contact over, but once you get a moment, right, you then do report in with some sort of like shot rep. So you do that. Okay, but I'm not going to do all that sort of stuff, guys. That would be, I'm just giving you guys an idea of the procedures. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these guys to hold right there. Okay, so that means they can turn and come support us. We're going to move down to this informant now, right? We're not going to push too okay, he's moving, right? We're not going to move past this point, right? So we'll go as far as this little village here. Okay, so let's go sort out. Right, so if we actually come on the contact now, what we'll do is we will return fire and request Team Green to actually move on to our position. Right, if Team Green come on the contact, right, we will scrap this informant now and actually move up and try and support Team Green. Okay, so we're looking at somewhere down here. Okay, I can see guy inside. Right, let's go see what he's got to say. Right, let's angle the vehicle to actually go back to where we just come from. Okay, so that's us good to go. So should we come on should Team Green come on contact straight up this road? Right. Cool. So that's it. Those drivers got to be thinking like this, guys. Okay. What have you got for me? And yeah, we do meet with informants loads of times. Sometimes they literally got nothing to say. Sometimes they even got like personal beef with their own neighbor. And oh, there you go. This is you nothing useful here, guys. We say duff gen. Sometimes we literally get those sort of duff information where you think we're onto something and then it turns out that we're not. Okay. Gotta love this dynamic campaign. Right, so what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna regroup with these guys and then look to push back to main base via Red 2. Okay. So again, you report that back to 0 to say, right, meet up with the guy, nothing there, so we are now RTBing back to base. Okay, via Red 2. Okay. So cool. Let's do that. Straight ahead. Okay. Get those guys to move.
8. Move 600 meters north.
We'll go.
Right, remember we did have enemy up this side.
Ready.
Right, so what I'm gonna do is let's pop here. Let's do a scan up this location. Okay, from this position, guys, we're going to move back in. I will just hold here for now. Right, so again, you get on the radio, say hello, 010 Alpha is call sign, holding red 2. And you can say however long you're holding here for. So you can say hello, 010 Alpha, this is call sign, holding at red 2 for approximately 2 mic. Right, or just say 2 minutes. Don't have to be fancy about it, just say 2 minutes. Okay, so that point, get any clock there, count 2 minutes down. Again, you want to keep beacon running because we're actually not stationary. Yes, we are static, but we're not stationary. Okay, we want to be able to react ASAP should we come under any contact. Okay, as drivers need to make sure that the weapon system is angled correctly. So what would happen, it would be something like that, right? My guy would be facing on that side with that gun, right? The commander sits in that one, so that would be a 50 cal on top with a GPMG right there, right? GPMG be facing out here, my guy on top of the HMG be facing down route, right? Those guys will be facing forward, right? Because obviously that's base to left, and that'll be the arcs covered, so it'd be something like this, right? But then the driver needs to angle. That means we can fire maneuver the vehicle, okay, and move in, right? UAV got nothing picked up over here, so what we're going to do is collapse and move back into base, right? So RTB, right? So you'll say, okay, cool, in green, right? Just move down.
Grid 1 0 4 1 0
1 0 1 0.
Contact. Grid 1 0 1 1 0 3.
Unknown contact. Grid 1 0 4 1 0 4.
I don't know, I think that's what it said, right? 1 0 1 0 0 1, right? 1 really 1 0. No, I need to run that back. Need to run that back. Right, let's move back to main base. Let's move in.
Eight. Move 400 meters southwest.
On the way.
Like at the minute, these guys are driving way too fast, right? Because you got to remember, we got to be scanning this ground looking for IEDs. So the guys on top cover, everyone's looking for IEDs. You're not in the vehicle just sleeping, or in the vehicle just like it's a free drive, like you're a passenger, right? You've got to be eyes out looking, right? Everyone's looking, everyone's an eye, everyone's looking, right? So what would happen now is you get back into main base now, right? Let me get these guys to move down this side.
8. Move 75 meters back.
Solid
Right,
copy.
so you get on the radio, say hello 010 Alpha, this call sign, now back at base, right? Just say that, you don't need to be fancy about it, just say what exactly how it is. Okay, so I'll get these guys to move down here.
8. Move 200 meters front.
On the way.
Okay, is that done? Those guys are back in.
Waiting.
Right, cool. Actually, let's move a little bit more. Oh, sorry.
8. Move 200 meters front.
On the way. Standing by.
Okay. So when you get back off patrol, guys, patrol commander now, everyone will come in and we'll do a debrief. Okay, what do you see? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you hear? What do you know? Okay, so you go through the debrief and say basically exactly what happened. Okay, so you literally go for a walkthrough, talk through. Couple of reasons why you do it like that, because the commander needs to then write a report, right? He's got to do a patrol report. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Okay, guys, so the time we actually went out. Okay, you need to do that as well. So we went out so we mount up the vehicle, right? Move to a formal point, right? Team green, team red leading the way. Team green leading the way, team red following behind, right? We then push out via yellow 1. Okay, move up to yellow 2, right? Where we went, where we hold at yellow 2 for approximately 2 minutes, right? At yellow 2, we request a UAV scan down this area, right? So UAV scan down towards the southeast position. Okay, nothing detected on the UAV. So we basically push up, right? Up to red 1.
Man, half a click southeast.
We push up to red 1, right, where we actually hold and we come under enemy contact, right? And you can say how many. So 1. So 1 man enemy contact, return fire, right? Take him out. Now in the British forces now, once you do that, you have to provide medical aid. Okay, we can't just leave the person to bleed out to death on the Geneva Convention. Okay, we will then provide medical aid for that person there. Okay, so that's what would happen. Okay, cool. So from red 1, what we did, we basically split because we had news or information that there's an informant in this area that in this village, willing to give us information. Okay, so what we've done at this point, right, team green hold at red 1, right, team red, then make a way down this track here, right, turn around and we RV with the informant down this side, right, absolute pointless information, nothing come from that, right, so basically move back along this route, right, regroup with team green. From that point, we basically move up to red 2, right? Again, stop at red 2 for about a minute, 2 minutes, right? We ask UAV to do a scan to the north, right? See to detect any enemy location. Nothing come up on the UAV radar. Okay, so from that position, we basically collapse RTB back to main base via red 2. Down to this point, hold, and back into the holding point, guys. So at this point, you say to guys like, has anyone seen anything that we've missed that's not mentioned on there? If yes, then we put that in, right? You get mentioned. Okay, if there's nothing more to add, right, then it's okay, cool, guys, right? What we need to do now is basically get the vehicle all tick the boo again in terms of ammunition, so replen. Okay, so the vehicle get replenished. So your job now, or the driver's job now, the lad's job will be to replenish the vehicle, make sure the vehicle is good to go, right? So I'll now do that just to simulate what I mean. Guys, right, so there are service points. There's 3 service points, okay, around the base that these guys can now move to well, meant to do that, right? Get this vehicle set back up, right? Good. Okay, park up, ready to go. Go out again. Now, okay, so let's get these guys to
8.
supply.
Rearm.
Understood.
Okay, as a commander now, you're basically in here now, and you'll be doing your patrol report. You have so many hours, right, to actually do that report and submit. Okay, so there you go, guys. Nice and quick one, quickish.
Waiting.
But in the real world, guys, that will take and can take way longer. Be on the ground for a lot longer than that. Okay, so I'll get him to do refuel.
8. Refuel the vehicle.
Copy that.
Okay, and then from that point, I'll get him to move back to
Standing
that
by.
location here. Okay, so everything's good. Right, repair the vehicle, don't need repairing.
8. Move 200 meters. Front.
On the way.
Okay, so that is that, guys. Again, nice little quick one there. So obviously, nothing to report, really, anything really significant. Yes, there are some grid that I miss in terms of enemy spotted at grid, blah 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 blah. Okay, but that's okay, right? What we'll move out on some patrols soon, right? To show you guys how we actually gather intel. Okay, so that's it, guys. I am out of here. Okay, on to the next
Standing
video.
by.